Okay, today we're going to teach you guys how to do a simple circuit, and from that you're going to be doing the rest of it all yourself. So we've drawn out a schematic drawing that showed that we had a light switch, a box, a light with a socket on the inside of it. We're going to have wires that we're going to run to this, and what this is actually called is a whip. That way we can plug it into an outlet or an extension cord and provide 120 volt power for it. Anytime that we are penetrating any type of metal device, we can see these knockouts that we can put in. But with those knockouts that we're going to be putting in, we also want to put in what we call a Romex connector. What it does is it protects the wire from getting scarred or cut as we go through any type of metal object. And we can see that we've already pre-installed a couple of these on there. Now, as you are putting together your particular boards, you want to make sure that every device that you have is going to be secured to the board. So go ahead and grab some screws. You can manually put it in, or you can do it with the impact wrench if it's available to you. But what we want to accomplish with this is we want to put our components on the board. Spread it out if you need to. Do not over tighten or crack the fittings, because once you do that, it becomes unusable for me. We want to take our whip at that point, and we're going to be following our schematic drawing, and we want to bring the whip into the box itself. Now, as we bring it into the box, we want to take those screws that are on the other side, and we want to tighten that down so our whip is nice and secure within the box. The reason for this is that anybody that comes along and wants to grab that wire and try to pull that wire will not be able to pull it, because the box is securely in the position put to the board, and now we don't have to worry about individuals coming along and ripping that out and causing an electric hazard for us. I always like to take that ground wire because we really don't have anything grounded within this circuit itself, and I'll just take it and screw it right there into the actual 2x4 box. Now, as we are continuing wiring this up, what we have here is we have a hot wire coming in. You can use wire nuts, you can use spade terminals, you can use fork terminals. It doesn't matter to me what you use to connect the power to it. Just make sure that we are cutting the wire to the appropriate length, and once you have cut it to the appropriate length, take the spade terminal, and you can see the spade terminal right there. We want to do is bring that copper all the way to the edge right at there, leaving no exposed copper on the back side of it. Now, when we go to crimp that, we'll go ahead and put it in there, and there's markings on our crimpers that will allow us to do it. Give it a nice squeeze tight, check to make sure it's good. Okay, once we have that accomplished, I've already pre-done these guys, and we'll stick this in the Romex connector on the other side. We'll also stick the neutral wire into the box as well. We will go ahead, and now we will install our switch. Now, our switch comes with two inlets and outlets on it. I'm sorry, one inlet, one outlet on it. And what we're doing is we're bringing the power into that side of the switch. We'll go ahead and tighten that connection down, making sure it's nice and tight. Once that's nice and tight, we'll go ahead and hook the other side, which would be the power wire coming in, to the other side of the switch. And what this will do is provide the switch with 120 volts of electrical energy that we can control by turning the switch on and off. Now, the white wire that we have coming into the box, we want to attach that back to the neutral wire that's on it, because that's going to complete the circuit on our bulb when we're done with it. So we'll go ahead and tighten this guy on with our connector, and then we'll take that switch and we'll move that switch into position into the 2x4 box. And if we have some screws or something on it, we'll go ahead and screw that switch right into position. Usually they're Phillips head screws, but like I said, these things have been used quite a bit. So now we have our switch installed into our 2x4 box. Now we take our neutral wire. Your neutral wire is going to go on the silver side of the actual connection. And you want to make sure that you're putting white to the silver. Okay, and then you have the hot wire, and the hot wire is going to go on the other side of the light socket providing it with 120 volts of electrical energy. Okay, once we have that accomplished, we'll go ahead and tighten up our Romex connector on this side. I'm going to speed up the process by using my impact drill on it. Okay, that is all tight and ready to go. We'll install the light into here. Okay, and then we will hook up a power cord to our piece of equipment, and we'll see if our system will actually turn on. Plug it into the outlet. Okay, light is on, and light is continuing to be on because it looks like our switch is a bad switch. At that point, if I don't have a switch for you, just go ahead and unplug it and plug it back in. You are the manual switch at this point. And we can see that that is a basic electric circuit. Power coming from our whip into our switch, from our switch into our load, from our load returning back to neutral, and then heading back to the transformer that's sitting outside of our building. I hope this was helpful. Continue on your process and good luck.